Hello everyone and welcome to Uzbekistan World News with me, Albina Kimranova. Turkmenistan President Gurban Gulibert Muhammed intends to visit Uzbekistan on October 4th to 5th, the state news agency has reported. Within the framework of the visit, several important events are scheduled, including the Turkmen-Uzbek Economic Forum. The parties plan to bring the volume of Uzbek-Turkmen trade to a new scale shortly. In addition, the sides are discussing the creation of border trade zones on the Uzbek-Turkmen border, which will give an additional impetus to the development of bilateral trade, including by increasing mutual supplies of agricultural and household appliances, food products, building materials, as well as petrochemical products. It was noted that the last time the president of Turkmenistan visited Uzbekistan was in November 2019. Also in August this year, the heads of the two countries met in the Avaza National Tourist Zone of the Caspian Sea coast on the sidelines of the third consultative meeting of the presidents of the Central Asian countries. The Tashkent Film Festival is underway in Uzbekistan's capital after a 24-year hiatus as the country expects the event to become a powerful stimulus for the national industry. The theme of this year's edition of the film festival is for peace, enlightenment and progress, has witnessed the participation of some of the most prominent Indian cinema figures and Bollywood celebrities. Film director Umesh Mehra, actor and producer Mithun Chakraborty, actor, film producer, director Raj Kapoor and actor Boman Irani highlighted the importance of advancing the Uzbek-Indian cooperation in cinematography. In his speech, Boman Irani noted that the long-term passion for cinema brought him to on-screen acting when he was at the age of 44. For a Mumbai-born actor, voice artist and photographer, this has been the first ever visit to Uzbekistan.
So this is my first time in Tashkent. I heard about Tashkent Film Festival as a little boy when Raj Kapoor had come over here. And since then, it's a fascination to know why Raj Kapoor would be here. Now I understand why he came. I think I understand simply because he must have received so much love, so much appreciation. And this public over here is so loving and so giving, and it's up to us to give back. So I'm so happy to be at this film festival. I met a lot of Uzbek actors, a lot of directors, and I think there's so much talent. I think there should be a wonderful, joint work that used to happen many years ago in the 70s and the 80s. Many films Indian films were shot with Uzbeki actors and technicians and stunt people and costume designers. I think we can start that tradition again.
According to the Indian film producer Elias Kazmi, Uzbekistan is unique for its culture and beautiful people that reflect on national cinematography and contribute to filmmaking.
Beautiful men, women, clothes, locations, everything is beautiful, like somebody has just put it together. So I think you just need to make an effort and go all out. Maybe a collaboration between, I will say India, because we are in Asia and we have some sensitivities about our cultures. I won't say go to Hollywood, I'll say go to Bollywood. Invite people from Bollywood to shoot films here and expose Uzbekistan.
We hope that the film directors continue to prepare for us, the actors, more wonderful scripts and roles. We are expecting a lot from this festival, and we believe that everything will be fine. At the event, Indian film director Rahul Rawail has unveiled the plans to release Raj Kapur's biography on his birthday, December 14th this year. The book titled Raj Kapur's Immortal Masterwork will look at the life of Kapoor as a filmmaker. Actor Raj Kapoor, as a son of Raj Kapoor, expressed his love for the Uzbek audience.
I bring lots of love from my brothers and sisters of India to all of you. I also bring lots of love and affection from the Raj Kapoor family for all of you. I want to thank you all for having loved my father so much. I promise you that we shall all try our best and reciprocate the same love to all of you that you gave him. I want to thank Mr. Rahul Rawail to have written a lovely book on my father, Mr. Raj Kapoor. I wish him all the very best for many more books to come.
The event was concluded by the famous dance from Disco Dancer movie, directed by Babar Sabhaj, featuring the legendary Kolkata-born Mithun Chakraborty, known for playing Jimmy. French screenwriter, producer and film director Luc Besson has also arrived in Uzbekistan to participate in the International Tashkent Film Festival. During the press conference held on Saturday in the capital, the prominent filmmaker reflected on the importance of supporting the younger generation in their love for arts. According to the director and producer of The Fifth Element, Subway, Leon, and many other award-winning films, the modern world is full of opportunities for young artists, regardless of their budget. It's up to the writer to bring the national cinematography out to the world, and the censorship is within and comes out from the person himself. Besides, the director spoke about the issues that concern him the most.
I'm worried about the planet.
Я волнуюсь за планету.
About the health
Я боюсь за
of the planet.
Озабочен здоровьем планеты.
And I think the way we acting today is not very respectful for our children and our grandchildren.
И я думаю, что то, как мы ведем себя сегодня, это очень неуважительно в отношении наших последующих поколений, детей.
We basically left the garbage to our children.
В общем, мы своим детям оставляем один сплошной мусор.
Uzbekistan's first deputy chairman of the Senate, Sadiq Safoyev, on Thursday held negotiations with a U.S. congressman, the Republic's embassy in Washington has reported. At the event, Congressman Trent Kelly reflected on the development in the U.S.-Uzbekistan bilateral ties as well as the reforms undergoing in the country. Besides, Trent Kelly highlighted the importance of ensuring transparency in upcoming presidential elections. The Republicans stressed that the reforms implemented within the 5 years of President Shavkat Mirziyoyev have strengthened the country's good reputation in the international arena, and the country is setting an example for other states, both for its reforms and measures taken to improve the well-being of the people. He shared the plans to organize a visit of the Mississippi state representatives to Uzbekistan in November this year. Republican Don Bacon informed of his intention to visit the Republic at the beginning of October. He added that his office supports a bill on the termination of the application of the Jackson-Svanik Amendment to the Republic. Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs welcomed Uzbekistan's policy on ensuring gender equality, strengthening the role of women in society, public administration, and business. The Congresswoman assured that she would explore the possibilities of establishing mutually beneficial cooperation between the business circles of Uzbekistan and the state of California, including by organizing mutual visits and joint events. The agreement was reached with the congressman to maintain regular contacts on topical issues of the Uzbek-American agenda and build up the business partnership of the Republic with the states of California, Mississippi, and Nebraska. Legislators have also committed to further expanding the Uzbek caucus on Capitol Hill. Growing integration of national energy systems across the 5 nations of Central Asia is helping to ease congestion and power outages arising from peak power usage, as Muhammed, Uzbekistan's first Deputy Minister of Energy, has said.
Bringing energy sector to the new horizons and new goals, and by 2030 in Uzbekistan, total generation from renewable energy, for instance, will constitute slightly not less than 25% of total power generation. And it should be also taken into account that demand for electricity by that year will be doubled according to our estimations. And in order to meet those ambitions and aims in the country, we started reforms and transformation processes. As you might know, the very first action that was taken by President and the government, it was forming the process of transformation and forming Ministry of Energy to fulfill this task and to reach certain goals. As for Uzbekenergo, it was unbundled into several newly established entities based on their type of activities. And since then, generation, transmission, distribution missions are being performed and separated into separate entities and joint stock companies. Moreover, a couple of presidential decrees on energy efficiency and renewable energy were accepted. Also, in parallel, several work has been conducted with our good partners from international financial institutions and international consultants. The expert group they have developed so-called the conception of providing Republic of Uzbekistan with electric energy for a period of 2020 to 2030. Of course, we do understand that without foreign expertise, experience, and technology, we won't be able to reach our ambitious goal by doubling our power generating capacities until the year 2030. So, in order to reach that goal, government of Uzbekistan took an unprecedented decision to give opportunity to foreign private investors on PPP basis to develop power generation in our country. And there we're conducting buildings with, for instance, IFC on 1 gigawatt solar and 1.5 gigawatts traditional generation. As well as with Asian Development Bank, we are heading to make 1 gigawatt solar power stations, and with the European Development Bank, we are also dealing on wind generation, and we would like to reach capacity in this direction up to 1 gigawatt. So this is what we are doing right now. In Uzbekistan, we strongly believe that in every single sector, shifting from raw material expert to value-added experts it's a key goal for us, and we aim to develop clusters and deepening the gas processing, as well as I would say that good example of that would be in the nearest already completed GTL plants, and that will start its full operation in the nearest future. As well as we committed to develop MTO cluster in Bukhara regions. So more or less, as Mr. Mahmoudov already mentioned, we want to we want to increase gas processing into something that will bring us more business.
President Joe Biden has arrived on Capitol Hill as Democrats trying to rescue a scaled-back version of his $3.5 trillion government overhaul and salvage a related public works bill. Biden is to huddle privately with House Democrats after a long night Thursday of frantic negotiations with no deal. Speaker Nancy Pelosi had hoped to vote Friday on the related measures, but that seems unlikely as talks drag. The White House is focused on Democratic Senator John Manchin of West Virginia. He refused to budge from this demand for a smaller $1.5 trillion package, less than half Biden's vision. U.S. climate envoy John Kerry said Saturday he thinks enormous progress can be made at upcoming UN climate talks in Scotland, but more governments must come up with concrete commitments in the next 30 days. Kerry attended a preparatory meeting in Milan, where delegates from around the world sought to identify where progress can be made before the United Nations Climate Change Conference of the Parties starts in Glasgow on October 31st. The 12-day summit aims to secure more ambitious commitments to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius, with the goal of keeping it to 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to the pre-industrial levels. The event also is focused on mobilizing financing and protecting vulnerable communities and natural habitats. The bottom line is Fox. As we stand here today, we believe we can make enormous progress in Glasgow, moving rapidly towards the new goals that the science is telling us where we must achieve, Kerry said. That means achieving a 45% reduction in carbon emissions in the next 10 years. And this have been all the breaking news for today. Goodbye. Take care.